Alright, we are skipping to lesson 8.9, the last lesson of chapter 8, right here. 8.9 is called the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is used to solve a quadratic when you do not have a graph given to you. So in all the examples we've done in the earlier part of the chapter, we always had a graph, and you'd see something like this. And you would have to locate these 2 points. And whatever those x values were your answers, or your solutions, right? That's a solution, and that's a solution. But if you're not given a graph, then you won't be able to do that. So for like part A over here, solve this quadratic equation, find the solutions, the points that it crosses the x-axis, but you don't have a picture. So how do you do it? Well, you use this thing right here. This is called the quadratic formula. And yes, it's long, but you don't have to memorize it. You could just use the formula given to you right there. And that formula gives you the answers to the quadratic. So, x equals negative of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. Those are all being times, the a and the c and the 4. All divided by 2a. Now, in order to do this, you need to know what a, b, and c are. A, b, and c are the numbers in your equation. That's a, that's b, and that's c. Right there, and right there. So what I usually do is on the side, I'll write them down. I'll write a equals 2, b equals negative 5, and c equals 3. Very important. See this negative sign with the 5? That means b is negative 5, not just 5. You have to keep the signs with the numbers. So now we plug everything in. Alright, so x equals the negative of b. Well, b is already negative, so it's the negative of negative 5. Plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 3, all divided by 2 times a, which is 2. Okay, if you could do that, you get half credit if you plug in all the numbers correctly. Now it's just a matter of simplifying. So x equals, so the negative of negative 5 is just 5, plus or minus the square root, so now I would use a calculator. I would do all the rest in the calculator. Negative 5 squared is 25, minus 4 times 2 times 3 is 24. So 25 minus 24 over 2 times 2, which is 4. Alright. So now we simplify even more. 5 plus or minus square root, 25 minus 24 is just the number 1 over 4. Ran out of our little room here. Square root of 1 is 1. So it's 5 plus or minus 1 over 4. Now here's the key to the whole problem. See this plus or minus symbol in the middle? What this really represents is two separate solutions. One of them you do 5 plus 1 over 4. The other one you do 5 minus 1 over 4. So that plus minus symbol means break it up into two separate equations. One of them with the plus sign, and then one of them with the minus sign. So this one equals 6 over 4, which is 1.5. When you divide them. This one becomes 4 over 4, which is just 1. And those are your two answers using the quadratic formula. Alright, we'll do the next example in the next